Hi everybody, welcome to Sober Healing. So today we're going to be talking about the people that have quit drinking and they're doing fairly well, but they're having trouble maintaining their sobriety. So I have a lot to say on this subject because I actually tried quitting many times in my life. Every year I would quit for maybe 2 months, 3 months, and then something would tell me that it's time to go back. The first thing that started to happen with me is my anxiety would start to rise in my body. I just know that I can have one drink and it'll be okay. I just can't wait. Like I would build it up for a few days and I would plan it. I would stand there in front of the wine and the beer for a long time, deciding, or the drinks, whatever, the alcohol, and deciding what is it going to be. And it was kind of funny because a couple of times I met into my friends doing it. And they were like, I thought you quit drinking. And it was like, yeah, I did. And now I'm considering having a drink tonight. And then of course they were like, oh yeah, have fun, So part of it was the planning stage. I couldn't get out of that planning stage. Okay. I'm gonna suggest, that there's a few things that you do when you think you're losing it and you're gonna go back to drinking. Number one, don't talk to people who drink alcohol at that time. Have a few people on your list to call. Maybe listen to somebody who's been through it and get some ideas that might help you, okay? The other thing is in this day and age, we have the internet. There is so much I know for me, YouTube is a blessing. I can go on there and I can listen to Christian things, positive speaking videos, people who have quit drinking like myself that have, tips and tricks and how they've quit drinking for like 30 years, right? I'm only on 1 year and 2 months. So, I'm going through this journey with you guys, and that's why it's so fresh in my mind as of to remembering that, boy, I used to get in an uproar because I was gonna drink after months of quitting. And it's amazing to me looking back that I was doing so well, but my anxiety was so high. So it wasn't the alcohol that I needed because it would bring down the anxiety. I needed something to handle the anxiety that was healthy for me. So that's when I started researching more the products that are natural from the health food store that can help. As I mentioned, L-tryptophan, which is an amino acid that helps lower the anxiety. Also things like chamomile tea, lavender tea, mix your teas and get that benefit. Even sleepy time tea, for some people, puts them to sleep. For me, it used to just kind of just mellow me out and put my mind in a better place. So there's lots of things you can do there. If you're thinking you're getting all anxious about, I really do need to go this weekend with my friends. I just need to go and I'll just have one. Well, I gave up all that, see? So if you choose to go, maybe you could bring something in a container that would be mixed teas, calming teas, or, maybe bring something to eat that you can eat that will calm things down. Because the anxiety takes you off into another area. Right? I just realized that I needed to bring myself back. Okay, so books, music. Music is really good. I just relax with my own music now. The journey is, it's out there, and I have the CD, and if anybody would like one, they can, write to me. And but I use that for my anxiety. Okay, the control thing is a problem. Because I think most people that go back to drinking think they have the control over drinking. Does alcohol contribute to lack of control? Of course it does. Because what it does is it numbs certain things in the brain that don't trigger the warnings that you're doing the wrong thing. It lowers the inhibitions. So now, you're starting to lose control as you go back to drinking slowly because you haven't risen the alcohol amount. But the minute you start drinking more and more and more, the inhibitions go down and the brain starts to reconsider everything differently, and the next thing you know, you're making bad decisions for yourself. So please don't think that you're going to stay in control long when you go back to drinking. If you're the lover of drinking, I mean, there are people that can go out and have one drink. They can take it or leave it. They don't really like it that much. And those are the people that say, I've been drinking all my life, but I just have a glass of wine here and there. That's different, right? Somebody can go to a dinner, a nice place, out to a restaurant, order one glass of wine, not have one for the next month, and not care. That was not me. I have to say, I know why I don't hear from people for a long time, because now I've called people and I've said, how you doing? I haven't heard from you. And they say, oh, well, I kind of slipped for a while. They don't want to talk to somebody. They know that they failed. And yes, it's a fail. It's a failed attempt. We've all had them. People that have quit drinking. We've all had failed attempts. But you know what? I look up to people who have stayed with it. People who have been off of alcohol for like 25, 30 years. I mean, I'm lucky that I've found it now in my life. I might not be alive in 30 years. So I'll never have that chance, but I certainly will help as many people along the way as I can in the last section of this life of mine. A lot of people do the same activities, that they've always done and expect different results. Here they are, they've tried to quit drinking. They used to go to places that triggered drinking and they still want to go back to them, right? So maybe they go out to a certain restaurant and it was, hopping with 2-for-1s and a lot of music. And now when they go, they want to go, but they don't want to drink. That's a trigger I wouldn't do, because that's immediate. Oh, I remember all those good times. I would like to repeat those good times. Triggers about places, but maybe like on a vacation, you've always gone to a vacation, you've sat back at the water and you've always had your wines and your beers. Maybe go on a different kind of vacation. Maybe more of an activity vacation this time, because you're not drinking. Group activities when you get there. Or, you're bonding with other people and you're doing different things on a vacation that you would normally not do. I'm so happy that I have so many projects and I'm so busy every day, I don't have enough time to sit around and think about alcohol anymore. Triggers are also things, like usually people like to celebrate something. So, celebrate the good things, right? So they just go out and they buy a car. Oh, let's go out to dinner and celebrate. Or, oh, it's Thanksgiving and Christmas and birthdays and holidays and anniversaries, it's time to celebrate. I was always so good at that. It was like, oh, it's Thanksgiving, I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna cook, and about noon, I'm gonna have my little drink, and I'm gonna continue to cook, and then, at dinner, we'll have another one. So anyway, I'm just saying, those were good times, right? I don't wanna give them up as a memory, but that's not where I'm at now. I have substituted my drinks for, other things, my healthy teas and my lattes, and so I celebrate those like I would if I had a cocktail. I still celebrate, it's just without alcohol. I think the biggest thing that we all have to do is admit that alcohol has control. If it controls me and I react a certain way, that's going to control the people around me, because my life has changed. People look at me completely different now, and they should, because I spend my life learning and growing, and that's the same thing that's going to happen with you when you stay off of alcohol long enough that your system changes, which allows you to spend more time learning and developing, ascending, transforming. That's what we're here to do, and then hopefully turn around and help other people. I pray for anyone who quits drinking, and please keep searching for things to help you maintain it, okay? There's groups, lots of groups out there. I'm involved in some. And now they have them on the computer. You have Zoom meetings. I mean, you can join anything depending on what your problem is. So please, don't give up. I think that's the only thing. When you give up on yourself, And I just think we're all too important to do that. Don't let somebody else trigger you by saying negative things or not believing in you or your dreams. This is your time to shine. Try to just maintain the sobriety so that you can get there. That's what I wish for you. And I hope you have a good day. Make sure you keep breathing, because that is, for me, it slows everything down, okay? And take it one step at a time. Love you guys.